everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Divinity Original Sin 2, so this happened. The elves gives you a slow clap, clap, clap. I think this is supposed to happen in the square, but I did some weird teleporting stuff and I think I broke it. Nevertheless.
The evil Israel
Oh,
is
maybe not.
dead. The doctor will see you now.
Tell the elf to get lost. You'll go see the doctor if and when you're good and ready.
The elf gives you a cool look. When he speaks, it's through gritted teeth.
A word of warning to you, Red Prince. One you would do well to heed. Do not make the doctor wait. And do bring Losa with you.
I do so like flaunting my power as the Red Prince. He's just like, no, I don't think I will go with you. But, so we're back. I wasn't planning on coming back yet. What I'm actually doing is,
This again.
collecting death fog barrels. Also, we have really cool music going on at the moment. And then I'm going back to the Hall of Echoes and, getting rid of some death fog barrels. Because they come in handy later. Give me yourself a quick save here.
It's attacking! Evasive maneuvers, Quackers!
That's why I did a quick save. You can see my preemptive quick save there, couldn't you? It's almost like I knew that might happen. I'm probably just pick it up from this point and then move it on top. Incredibly dangerous what I've done here, by the way. But, you know, I've got them for later. And let's head back to Lusa. Alright, so we've now collected some death fog barrels. I died a bit in the process, but you know, what you gonna do? There's another one here, but I don't think I'm gonna need more than 6 death fog barrels. The reason death fog barrels are useful, by the way, is because they can immediately kill people. Which, I mean, I think you can figure out those uses by yourself if need be. There's a couple more in here. It's tempting to get like 2 more, but I don't really need them. I'm probably not even going to use the ones I just collected. It's more for... I'm just like, well, better to have them than not have them. And they're just free sitting in here. I'm tempted to go back to the Lizard Consulate now and actually use the Deathfog barrels and see if I can just absolutely destroy them with Deathfog barrels. Because that would be interesting to me, if nothing else. Alright, so we're back into this main room. I don't think there's much of note in here at all. If I'm being perfectly honest. There's a chest up here, I suppose, which is technically stealing. But I don't care. If there's good stuff in here, I'm taking it. Like this gold, for instance. Because gold never actually counts as being stolen, which is dumb, but I kind of love it. Let's see what's through here, just to make sure I explore everything I could potentially explore. Interesting. Pick this for me. Interesting. Queen Justinia's diary. That's something I definitely want to read. Queen Justinia appears to have been an avid diarist in the years past. The first 100 pages of this diary contain detailed accounts of various personal and political engagements. The most recent entry, however, is dated from several years ago. Isabel is most unhappy, and I can't blame her. She says her Black Pig Isle laboratory was vital for her current research, but there's no way to find her work now that the place is drowning in death fog. As it stands, I must reluctantly minimize the dwarven presence at Black Pig Isle. I have tried to assure her that she can continue her work elsewhere, but she remains inconsolable. Interesting. I don't actually care about keeping the book, but there are some chests here that I'm interested in. Hey, at least I want to pick this lock. Cannot be picked. I guess this is all the stuff that you get if you, kill the queen. unidentified amulet, which will be marked as stolen, I believe, but it won't be marked as stolen as soon as I get it identified, I'm pretty sure, is how that works. But, as I said, what I'm going to do at the end of last episode, what I'm going to do in this episode is head back, and I'm going to go to... I think I can actually fast travel. It's going to be easier if I go to the Ark sewers. Yeah, that'll be quicker. I can head this way, and that'll take me to... I am going the wrong way. To the prison. Because we technically haven't spoken to the warden yet, but we did get a quest that they wanted us to go and find some missing prisoners. We found a dead Manchester, and he was like, oh, we need to go find missing prisoners. We do? Prisoners. Really? I mean, it's not that much of an issue, but... Gotta love magic. Let's see. Paladin Protector. Hello, Warden.
Who are you? Did Lord Kem send you about the missing prisoners?
Tell the disturbing truth. The prisoners were used for grotesque experiments by an agent of the Black Ring operating deep beneath the city. The prisoners are all dead.
Her jaw drops. She struggles to process the news.
You saw this with your own eyes? I see it in you. You did. This is abhorrent. Outrageous. Evil. Dallas and her whites. They must be involved.
Potentially.
This cruelty, this
Probably not, but potentially.
disregard for life's spark. It is the mark not just of the Black Ring, but of the Hammer.
I mean, even if it's not, I'm okay with the negative publicity, to be honest.
You've done the Paladins a great service. The better we understand the ways of the whites, the closer we come to ending their horrors.
She bows to you in farewell.
Nice.
But how do you run experiments on more than 500 people?
A handful at a time, presumably.
He doesn't seem to give two shits. Interesting now, is we also got a quest from a rat.
Come on, let me out.
Hello.
Piss off, paladin scum.
Want him to watch his mouth.
Why? What'll you do? Kill my friends and lock me up?
Tell him you're looking for white mattresses. He's got a fair point. Ask him why there are none in the barracks.
I'm telling you nothing. My brother Delarus will hear about this, and then there'll be trouble. Delarus looks after his own.
Tell him Delarus would want him to help you. Order him to tell you where the white mattresses are. Delarus probably would. I saved his wife.
If it gets me out of this tedious conversation, I'll do it. Go find the whites. They'll put an end to you.
So, the whites have a vault hidden below the barracks. I suspect the entrance is to be found in a storeroom in the basement. There was always a white hanging around. You'll find it easy enough.
The whites are in their hidden vault, and that's all I know. Now, please, leave me the hells alone.
You'd betray your own, you traitor!
Yoink.
She glares at you, fists clenched, all spit and defiance, ready to tear your head off at the first opportunity.
First opportunity, eh?
She glares at you,
Oh, you don't have an opportunity? Bitch. Alright.
I'm glad this one was let off the hook. I'd rather guard a body than bury a corpse any day.
Oh, you're the woman I made Kem not kill. Can I talk to you?
Well, hello again. Welcome to my very, very humble abode.
You heard Kem accuse her of treason. Ask her side of the story.
Yes, I heard it too. The man has some curious ideas about what constitutes treason. I refuse to raise a hand against fellow members of the Divine Order. Refuse to buy into Kem's lie that they're all Black Ring puppets.
She doesn't seem to be a fan of Kem. Ask what she knows about him.
Kem's always been a hard man. His steel was forged in the war with the Black Ring. But recently there's something else. He's turned cold. Not cruel, exactly, just harsh. Dispassionate to a fault. They say it's the Void Woken, that he's too worried about Rivellon to worry about people.
Could be a thing. Thinking too much of a big picture rather than the small.
Maybe that's it. Or maybe years of fighting finally broke him. Your guess is as good as mine. Although, I've heard whispers. There are places in Kem's mansion that nobody goes but him. One has to wonder what he gets up to.
The city's been tearing itself apart. What's going on?
It's not just the city. The Divine Order is coming undone at the seams. There's never been much love lost between the Paladins and the Magisters, but this... brawling in the streets... it will be the end of us all.
Why is the Divine Order so divided?
Too many Paladins from noble families, and too many Magisters that started as working folk.
Interesting.
Of course, the Paladins were the first recruits of Lucian. So, many saw the Magisters rising through the ranks as a threat to their order. Pig farmers leading lords, they said.
Intriguing. Class issue, according to her.
But now that some white Magisters have been found colluding with the Black Ring, now that Kim has his excuse, it's war. I'll see you again, I hope. The company in here lacks a certain charm.
Though she refused to fight.
My angel, come down on high to brighten up this cave. What can I do for you?
I do like her, she's good. I know about the Divine Order.
What order? All we have now is holy chaos. Ever since Kem ordered the attack on the Magisters, the Divine Order has been tearing itself apart. One almost feels safer behind bars.
Probably arguably are. I wonder about Kem.
He's a hard man. Cold. Dangerous. He came to lead the Paladins in time of war and never truly stopped fighting. And these days, he's colder than ever. I'd call it madness if he wasn't so very exact about it.
Yeah.
See you again. I won't be going anywhere.
Interesting. She gives a lot of information dump there. Also really interesting that she sees it more as a class issue. Like, it's the fact that the Paladins were the upper echelons of society, as it were. Where am I? Am I in the barracks? Yes, I am in the barracks. Hello. You're cursed, you know that?
Come on, damn you. Stop bleeding.
The Paladin presses a wad of fresh bandages upon a steadily bleeding leg wound. For a moment, it seems to work, but then the bleeding suddenly gets worse.
Damn it!
Note that such a wound is serious, but it shouldn't be bleeding like that. Something's amiss.
The Paladin grits her teeth and readjusts her grip on the wound.
I'll be amiss from this world soon if this bleeding wasn't slow.
How'd you get the wound?
One of the Magisters didn't know when he was beaten. Drove a spear into my knee. He should have aimed higher, though. I didn't give him a chance to land a second blow.
Interesting. Didn't go for the femoral.
My thanks. This is just what I need.
Not really, you're still cursed.
The potion takes effect, but then your ear catches the faintest sound of angry whispers, and the bleeding suddenly intensifies. The Paladin clamps her hand over the wound in an effort to stem the flow of blood.
What's going on? It looks like it's nearly stopped. Then it just starts again.
I mean, I can fix you.
The bleeding stopped. Thank you.
No problem. Didn't seem to care that I cast salt.
No,
Ooh.
it's starting again.
The spirit of the Magister jabs a spectral finger into the Paladin's wound, while muttering some profane-sounding curse.
Tell the spirit to cease what it's doing.
I'll do as I please. This Paladin filth hacked me down right here in our headquarters. She's going to suffer for what she did to me.
Warn the spirit you know ways to harm it, alive or dead.
The spirit thinks for a moment, then moves back from the Paladin.
Very well. I am done with this world.
Last. Thank you. The wound's closed over. Thank you. Here, I found this on one of the Magisters. It looks valuable. Take it, with my thanks.
Cool. There's also just, like, potions here. Which I'll take. Yeah, why the hell not? I'll take these potions. Potion seller. Okay. So back down here, as I was saying, talking about the difference between class, the paladins were the nobility that were originally chosen by Lucian to be his divine order, effectively. And then when they needed more people, they brought in the magisters. It's just interesting that, yeah, jump in here. It's just interesting that that's seen as like the, I don't know, the catalyst, I guess, for all this fighting and displeasure. Cool. Let's head back out to Loisa, and then let's read these books, shall we?
What do you suppose the magisters are doing with her?
The experiments continue apace. I've suffused prisoners with the mind maggots, just as planned. So far, none have come to fruition as a full geist.
Maybe.
There's a lot of activity happening outside. I can hear fighting, but I don't have the time to investigate. I must craft a full geist before Lucian's Day. The paladins have locked me here, in my own investigation cell. They say I'm under investigation for colluding with the Black Ring. Unbelievable. It's been days. No word, no sign, nothing. I have no idea what's going on outside in the outside world. My experiments have wasted away to nothing. One of the paladins came in last night. He said they know I've been colluding. He said he'll come by to question me tomorrow. I have an idea what's going on. The rest of the journal remains blank. Interesting. Very interesting. And then a book. If there is any truth in this pamphlet, you can make an actual love potion, and if your beloved isn't feeling especially thirsty, even throw it at somebody. As it explodes, it releases its fumes and charms those that breathe them in. Apparently, you only need honey, how poetic, and a rather rare magical heart-shaped bottle. Interesting. That just taught us how to use, that just taught us how to use a, create a health potion. Sorry, a charm potion.
Don't listen to what she says. Her evil will slither into your brain through your ears. That's how they do it. Stay back. It's for your own good.
Who or what is behind it?
Found the undead freak here already chained up by the magisters. They say she's a witch. I say...
Her voice freezes into a harsh whisper.
I say she's a demon.
Ask about this witch. What makes her so dangerous?
Creatures like this Windigo.
Jesus.
They mask themselves.
Right.
Spread their black magic to children with their songs and stories. Makes me sick. Our little ones. Tools of demons.
Tell you have encountered this Wendigo. It was not a pleasant event.
You know this trickster?
Nod your head and tell her the captive is neither witch nor demon, but something much darker. They need your expertise.
Well, go on then. Probably doesn't matter who breaks her, so long as she gets broken. Just keep your head on straight. She'll try to make nice. Creep into your thoughts. Keep her out of there, alright?
Wendigo is still alive. Killed her twice already. Bloodstained journal here. Let's read this first, shall we? Same journal. So presumably it was Wendigo who was actually doing this.
I miss him. I miss us. No one touched me, so... Stop! Stop! What's this? Who are you? Give me room, lizard.
She cradles her head in her hands, then pivots towards the prisoner. Her mouth opens, yet nothing spills forth. No sermon, no screed, no threat. She turns back to you and grimaces.
Too late! The spark's been snuffed. I trust you come bearing gold or godhood for me to have interrupted such a sensitive interrogation.
What's her crime?
What led to this freak's imprisonment is a mystery as unsolved as the void itself. We found her already caged, cursing the magisters with hexes vulgar enough to turn even a dwarf's cheeks red. The evil is strong in her. Her words are soaked in it. They squirm into your mind, planting warm memories you've never had, mesmerizing you with candy-sweet sights and scents.
Visions of Wendigo's attack on the vessel sailing to Fort Joy fill your head. You look to the sound, and your memories contort and coil. Windigo cradles you in her arms, stroking your head as the waves crash around you. I'm sorry, Buttercup. I was bewitched by his promise. Forgive me. You shake your head and the vision is gone. Your eyes rest not on the prisoner, but on the paladin.
Whoever aside, you'd like to take over this interrogation.
You underestimate her. You'd have me stand idle as she raises arcs to the ground.
In that moment, you hear music, a lullaby. You glance at the cage. Windigo stands silent. You squint and shiver until the melody no longer echoes in your ears.
Tell you're the one that intercepted Dallas's war owl. She can trust you.
That was you. You have once turned the tides of this war. You could do so again. I can't just put you at the mercy of this witch's whims.
Suggest to her that we only come to regret things undone, not things done.
I understand. Perhaps you are as dangerous to her as she is to us. There can be no success without risk. I will give you the space you need, then. May Lucian be your guide. Things are under control. For now.
Give it a save. Hello, Windigo.
You step up to the cell to look at the skeleton you know to be Windigo. The barrier mutes her source, but it isn't her source you fear, but something more, a shadow. She says nothing, but you still hear her words.
An unexpected pleasure. For both of us, I'm sure.
She looks to the nearby device, and an urge engulfs you. An urge to power down the device to release Windigo from her cell.
Confront her. She must not intrude into your mind uninvited.
Her mouth remains closed, yet her voice settles in your mind like a damp fog.
There are others. His chosen. Yet I am no longer among them. They seek what you seek. The hammer. I am ready to share what I know. The God King rejoices as long as I am chained. Free me, and we might hobble him.
The voice is gone. Windigo is still.
No more lies, Godwoken. No more treachery, no more death, no more betrayal. You can be free of me, and I can be free of him. Dropping the barrier requires a sacrifice. It won't be for naught.
Ask again why she thinks she deserves release.
I can no longer abide by the God King's will. He would scour me clean and suck me dry of all that was ever mine. I will never be among his chosen. But I know the ones still basking in his favor. Free me, and you too will know them.
I mean, to be fair, I can kill you relatively easily.
You reach your hand towards the device, and your inner source is stifled, as if you'd never rid yourself of that cursed collar.
You recall the blacksmith in Fort Joy that removed your collar. Try to copy your technique and disable the device.
After a bit of tinkering, the machine whines pitifully, and the shield surrounding the cell flickers off.
Come to me, sweets.
She steps forward, slowly but confidently. She holds out her hands, bony palms up. They emit no fire, no ice, no curse.
The God King no longer grants me his favor. Mask ripped from me and flesh flayed to bone, because the Godwoken still walks Rivellon. Now he's chosen another. I should hate you for what you've done to me, hate you for the hell I've lived. But I hate him so much more. He loved me when I was useful. He cast me out when you failed to die. Go to the new chosen. See that he suffers. See that the God King suffers. In your name and in mine.
Wonder why she ever allied with the God King to begin with.
The Covenant. It sounded so beautiful. Eternity right there at my fingertips. Yet it's all a lie. There is no grand reward, no enduring prosperity. Just slavery within the void. The rule of a hellish hand.
Mm-hmm.
I was so naive. The God King told me I was special. He came close, and then closer still. Hearing him, feeling him, it was like crashing over a cliff and having him catch me over and over.
Manipulative god.
I failed him. You just wouldn't die. Of all his punishments, the harshest was the emptiness, the lack of him. I thought if I could just regain his affection, I might taste it again.
It's almost like a drug addiction. Insists you get to the point. Who is this other chosen one she mentioned?
Linda Kem, the God King's current beloved. No more skin in his real bones than on a peeled jackfruit. And it is not only his ear the God King whispers into. The dwarf called Isbel.
That I can believe.
She bends to the king's every whim.
It's interesting here. The fact that she tells her about Isbel, and I already know about Isbel, makes Kem's more believable.
If you want to get to the God King, you go through Linda Kem. You topple his tower of lies.
About Kem.
No, the God King's special boy.
Kem's black ring. How is she so certain?
It wasn't difficult to figure out, I assure you. I came seeking Dallas. Kem wants her, too, as anyone could tell you. I crashed one of Lady Kem's little tea parties, did a little snooping. The void's vapor there was plain as night to me. You'd suppose we should work as one, but no. The God King loves to play his game of favorites. Kem was promised a place at the table, and he's doing what he must to secure it. Alone.
Question or assertion? Kem is trying to destroy the black ring, not help them.
Oh, honey. The God-Woken rests in a bed made only of lies. Did you expect him to offer God-Woken his calling card and invite them to meetings? Still, the signs are there. A once-loving husband now estranged from his confused wife. A disciple of Lucian now eagerly stoking the fires of mutiny and discord within the Order. If you want to truly see, you must look past the facade. You'll find it rather flimsy, I think.
Interesting. Turn to another topic. About Isbel.
Yes, her.
Isbel's dead.
Oh, let me see if I can work up some grief over the news.
A moment passes.
No.
How can you be sure that Isbel was working for the God King?
Goodness, how could I not? Her work on Black Peak Isle is legendary, or so she told it at least. The king has an eye for the arrogant. They make such valuable stewards as they clamour for his favour, as I well know.
It's an ironic statement. Highlighting the fact that you yourself are arrogant and succumb to the whims of the God King is a relatively humble sentiment. How did you end up in this cell in the first place?
The God King. He said if I could find Dallas, eliminate her, I could take my place by his side again. But Kem, he doesn't like competition. All it took was a few whispers. They spread to the Magisters quickly.
And she no longer had the power of the Source.
The Magisters, they've got ways of silencing Source. They knew exactly what to do. The Paladins, well, when they found me, they'd no idea what to make of me.
You're still bound by the Covenant. What comes next for you?
I go to Kem. Or his estate, rather. He's got a Swornbreaker scythe. It'll free me from the Covenant. I'd be mortal, yes, but no longer a slave.
This creature, this monster, would have seen us drowned at sea. Kill her.
I'm much the same mind, to be honest. Indeed, you already did blow your chance to do the right thing.
And so it is. I will break the contract, God-Woken. If not with your help, then in spite of it.
I'm not particularly worried about this fight, if I'm being honest.
Prepare yourself.
She went to the other place I was considering going to, kind of funnily. And then a fireball. No armor of frost. That's irritating, but not the end of the world. Jesus, the amount of damage that critical did. How much did that do? Like 12... like 1400? Damn. I did 2500.
Windigo's spirit quakes. She is no longer the arrogant banshee that summoned a kraken and brought down a magister vessel, but a fearful child bracing for parental punishment.
He's close, so close. Can't you feel him, Godwoken? The king approaches.
You're mine.
You reach out to vampirize her essence, but Windigo's spirit remains whole. The more effort you expend, the stronger the resistance.
He's tearing away my soul, Godwoken. Cast me to the void if you must, but do not let him take me.
Summon all the souls you can muster and tug at the spirit. The God King must be denied.
Windigo's spirit flutters and writhes. Your skull squeezes tight, and your throat burns with fire, but the substance of her being is nearly yours.
Reach your hand towards the spirit and increase your resolve. Your inner might must prevail.
Your head shrieks, as if split in two by the God King's umbrage, but you have overcome. Windigo's source funnels into you in steady gushes as you sling her spirit into the void.
I just wanted to tug a war with the Source King. And I feel good about it. I also feel good with the fact that I did that just with the force of will. I'm like, nope, mine. Fantastic. So Windigo's dead. That's something. I'm gonna have to run through bloody... whatever. I want to explore this place a bit more. I don't think there's really anything in here for me. At all. Yeah, not really. I guess I'll leave and tell him Windigo's dead. Oh yeah, that bitch, I killed her. Just because it's annoying. Let's get rid of this oil, shall we? Ah, that's better. Kind of weird that you can make rain indoors, now I think about it. Oh, hey.
Go ahead, but be careful. She'll get in your head. You got to...
Yeah, I killed her.
Go on, be safe.
Does anyone care that I killed her?
Really think she's all that dangerous?
I guess people don't really care that I killed her. Oh well. So, I've now done everything in here. We're sitting at like half an hour, so I think I'm going to end the episode. But, we did learn from Wendigo that Lord Kem is a piece of shit. Which, to be fair, I suspected. But, well, I suppose I actually knew. But, going through again, I remembered immediately as soon as I saw him. I'm like, oh yeah, he's suspicious. That's right, he's working for the Source King. There's just something off about him. For someone who's... All the paladins we meet, pretty much exclusively all the paladins we meet, are pretty good people. Some of them are a bit more stern than others, obviously, but for the most part, they're good people.
I serve all who seek aid, sir.
As such, it comes out as notable when he starts doing the shit that he does. Where he's doing very quite evil things over and over and over again. You start to question, hang on a minute, why? Like, he rules his order that, for all intents and purposes, is not particularly evil, and yet he's doing these things that are questionable, to say the least. I'm just identifying all of this shit before we finish. Anything here that I want? Yeah, I'll look through it outside of this inventory. Let's sort this, and then let's transfer all this crap over. What is my... here? Actually, Stardust Herb doesn't even go in there. Jelly Shroom does though. Combine this with this. It's going to be inventory management before the end of the episode, by the way. I'm just going to go through and sort. That's all I'm going to be doing, so if you're not particularly interested in that, don't worry about it. So we have this helmet here, which gives Wits, Pyro, Hydro, Aero, Necro, which is pretty damn good. It's notably better than the Red Prince's. Immune to Silence and Blind is pretty damn good. Also, 2 Intelligence is also quite nice. But that's a lot more armor. Let's have a look at hers. What is her hat currently? A lot of good shit. Immune to Charmed and Frightened. Okay, so I think what we do is here, and we do this. Because that ups my magic armor quite significantly, actually. It puts me at 30... It puts me pretty damn even on magical and physical, actually. Which means this gets sold. This armor here. I don't think that's as good. Not really. How about for hers? Probably not, because she has magic armor generally. Strength, yeah. I don't think that's as good, to be honest. How about the shield? Guardian Angel. Jesus, the defense. 2 Constitution, Water Resistance, Retribution, Inflict Burning on Contact, 5% accuracy, and reflect 40% of melee damage as air damage. I mean, I think that's just a straight upgrade. And then we go to Losa, and we have this one, which is probably better than hers. Arguable. The physical resistance is comparable, but I get like an extra 400 magic armor, which probably worth it, because that actually evens her out as well, right? Yeah, I think it does. This one gets done. Now, we've got Rings, Warfare, Pyro, Necro. And Water Resistance isn't great. Constitution, Warfare, Pyro isn't great. And this here is Finesse, Huntsman, Geo, and Perseverance. Not great. So let's sell these. And then finally we have a Wand. This I'm not going to use, I don't use staves. I can't sell this. Purging Wand is useful if I want to purge someone. Magical Wand of Nature. Does more damage, it's higher level. It doesn't really give anything though, so probably not. And Wand of the Lizard gives me nothing, so let's sell that too.
I serve all who seek aid, sir.
Indeed. Give me another 16 grand, please. Take my leave. Alright, so I think that's going to be it. As I said, the rest of that episode was just strictly shopping. Oh. How is Loisa over encumbered? I guess, to be fair, some of the shit she's carrying is pretty fucking heavy. This weighs 50. I'm actually go through and actually combine the books I want to combine here, learn the spells I want to learn on particular characters, and actually get rid of this book bag, because it currently weighs 50. Carrying around an entire library of spell books with me. The reason I keep them all, by the way, is in case I want to change my build-up. It's good to have all of these spells. But honestly, I can probably learn some of these spells rather than just keep them in my my inventory. Nevertheless, I'll do that in between episodes if I do it. It's just funny that she's over encumbered. I guess you can take this painting back. Does that fix it? Not quite. Does to an extent. Puppet bead. I'll keep the puppet bead actually. Yeah, whatever. I'll fix it later. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, all that kind of stuff, I'll see you next time. Whew.